What's good with Fat Gang? It's your girl Mikki checking in, guys. And today, I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about the power of forgiving yourself. And I am mainly talking to my parents, step-parents. You already saw from the thumbnail of this. And I feel like this is important because it's something I've been thinking about, so it's been on my heart. I've had a couple friends and family members, that have talked to me about this, and I just feel like it's a topic that needs to be discussed. So thank you guys for tuning in to this video. My name is Mikki. As you guys know, on Sundays I do self-care tips. On Sundays, Wednesdays we do Women in Business, where we talk to a woman who is a business owner and just kind of get some of the ins and outs. We're doing our lifestyle change journey on this channel. We have vlogs, product reviews, unboxings, and so much more. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you are new, welcome to the den, guys. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you get notified anytime your girl drops a new video. If you are returning, welcome back to the den. So just had to get a little smile on your faces, guys, before we start this topic. So like I said, as you guys can see, I'm on my way to work, so I'm not gonna hold you guys, but as parents, there is no manual, you know what I mean? Like, you have your what to expect when expecting books, and they give you all these little scenarios and things, but as parents, we all know a lot of times those scenarios do not fit the scenarios that we come across in our lives. Every child is going to be different. Every parent is different, and as a parent, when you're having your first child, you're going to do one of two things. You are going to either do how your parents did you, so you're going to just replicate how you remember being raised and taught and things like that. Or you're going to not act like, but you're going to say, okay, I didn't like how my parents did it, so my plan of attack is to do the complete opposite, right? So you're either going to do what you were learned, or you're going to do the opposite, right? Now, and I'm not going to sit here and say that either way is right or wrong, because as parents, your parents did the best they knew how to do with the resources they had, with the knowledge that they had, the times that we were living in at the time. They did the best they could, okay? So we can get into, well, my mom didn't have the best job, or my dad wasn't around, or both of my parents were there and we were still broke. Like, you can say so many different things, guys. You can choose to look at it from any different way you want, any different perspective. But at the end of the day, your parents did the best that they could. So, as a parent, me and my husband, we sit down and we actually, and this is no shot to anyone who did not, but we actually planned to have each of our kids. Now, granted, we didn't go and get no surgery or nothing like that, but we actually sat down and said, okay, we want to have a baby. Okay, we want to have another baby. Okay, we want to have another baby. So the process was planned, okay? But in doing that, okay, now we need to make sure we have a guaranteed place to stay. We need to make sure we have a vehicle. We need to make sure that one of us or both of us is working. We need to make sure that we're doing X, Y, and Z. So we sit down and we, so to speak, evaluate ourselves, and we say, okay, what are some things that our parents did that worked? What are some things that our parents did that did not work? How were we as kids? If you were that bad kid who never listened, never did what you were told, always snuck around and all that stuff, what kind of child do you think more than likely you're going to have? They're going to be a product of you. So what we tried to do was, was the super bookworm. I had street smarts, but I had way more book smarts than street smarts growing up. Whereas Stuart was one of the lucky ones. He had a lot of book smarts, and he also had street smarts. In a lot of aspects, his book smarts helped him with his street smarts, if that makes sense. So we like, okay, my mom, she liked to travel. She liked to go places and things. Stuart wasn't able to do that growing up so much. So what we decided was, okay, we're going to take certain aspects of how we were raised, how we grew up, and give that to our kids. So we were like, okay, we want to travel. We want our kids to be able to see the world and say what they saw. And we don't want them to be shocked by anything. So we try to keep it as real as we can with our kids. Like, we obviously age appropriately, but we try to keep it real with them. We don't sugarcoat things with our kids. We didn't do like the little the baby talk and none of that. We didn't really do that. We used words. We talked to them like they were cognizant enough to understand what we were saying. We did not want to baby them or pacify them. Not saying that there's nothing wrong with how you as a parent choose to do. If you like to go that route, that's completely fine. My mom was very strict. I was a little sheltered. If I didn't do it with her or an immediate family member, then I couldn't do it, So when I did get a little freedom, honestly, I did abuse it. My mom would call me. I wasn't answering. I'm like, no, I'm out here, y'all. I'm experiencing all this fun. I'm not about to go in the house. Like, I'm not about to go in the house. I'm not ready to go in the house. So whereas Stuart had more freedom than I did. So, we try to give the kids freedom, but like I said, we try to also be strict in ways. We are very, very, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about this. If they get in trouble, we, discipline them. However, we also explain the why. Why, what you did was wrong. What could you have done differently? So, what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things. You can say, I want this for my child. I want them to have this kind of life. I want them to go to these different places and everything like that. But whether you choose to just give it to your child or whether you choose to make them work for it and make them understand, everything in life is cause and effect. Everything in life there's nothing free in life. I always tell my kids that there's nothing free in life. If someone's telling you something that's free, you're doing something for it. Okay? Something. Even if someone has a giveaway, you still have to enter the giveaway. There's still certain things you have to do. You know what I mean? Even if something is free shipping, you may have to spend a certain amount of money to get the free shipping. Even if someone says, we're giving out free food if you come down to this event, you still have to go to that event. Nothing in life is free. So we try to teach that to our kids as best as we can. But at the end of the day, we are learning every day. Being a parent, you have to be open to learning every single day. You have to be able to adapt to your children. Every child is different. Every child is going to require something different of you. That could be one of your kids, you may have to be more strict with that kid. One of your kids, you may can be super lenient. One of your kids, you may can be indirect. They don't want to they don't want to come participate at family dinners and none of that. But they all come out with the same underlining message that you wanted to instill in them, but you had to go about it a different way. So if you have a child that's very hands-on, you have to literally put something in front of them, show them step by step multiple times, and then you have a child, you could just say, hey, go there, make a left, make a right, and there. You have to learn how your kids learn, how they take direction. And you have to be able to, like I said, adapt to be able to give them what they need in the appropriate way for them to learn, to grasp it, to understand it, to basically to receive the information, process it, and then use it. Okay? So, as a parent, It's not all about the monetary things you can provide for your child. Now, if you have the means to do so, by all means, do what you feel, But for those of you who, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you may struggle. You may have your season that you are going through right now. And look to your kids for your laughter. Me and Stuart, we had our moments. Where we go through stuff. Life happens to everybody. It may happen a little bit differently. It may happen when you're at least expect it. Just know some people are just better at hiding or keeping in their storm. That does not mean that they're not going through a storm. It doesn't mean they have not gone through a storm or will not go through a storm. Some people just have better guards up, better protection around them to shield other people from seeing it. So me and Stuart, we try to shield our kids as much as we can, but we also try to keep it real with them. If we're trying to make a move here and we're trying to do X, Y, and Z, and financially we may be like locked into a couple different obligations, and the kids are like, no, we want to go to this park, we want to go here, we want to go to this hotel. We keep it real with them. Right now, mommy and daddy's got our eggs in this basket over here, and right now we really can't do X, Y, and Z. But as soon as we can, we'll let you guys know and we'll go do that. That's how we are with our kids. We're very straight to the point with them. But like I said, you have to be open to learn that. You have to be willing to, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to be willing to be able to work with your kid at the level that they are to give them the best knowledge that you can. Kids, if you are watching this video, understand your parents are doing the best that they can with the resources that they have and the knowledge that they have. They may not be perfect, but 9 times out of 10, what they are doing is what they feel will be the best beneficial way to you. Sometimes you may not see it. Sometimes it may take you to get older and have kids of your own to realize the things that your parents did were for your benefit. And parents, don't beat yourself up too hard about it. Sometimes you can give and give and give your all, your best, the best that you can. And sometimes your kid may choose to take that information and completely do the opposite, completely take it by the wayside and throw it away. There is possible. Everyone is different. Everyone's life journey that they are given is different. So you can have 2 kids in the same household. Yes, you can. And they be completely different people. They go down completely different paths. Maybe they'll come back and they'll join back up and they'll end up on the same path. Maybe they'll always stay on 2 separate paths. But as a parent, as long as you're doing on a day-to-day basis the best that you possibly can, and the best that you can for your kids also includes taking time for yourself. If you're constantly running yourself ragged, you're constantly in a state of stress and panic, you're not going to be able to properly think your way through any situation that you may encounter. You're not going to be able to properly give unto your kids if you are not giving unto yourself. If you don't have anything for you, you're not going to have anything to give them. So make sure you're also taking that time for you, and it always goes back to self-care, self-love. Self-preservation is the number 1 rule of life, so it has to start with you. So like I said, guys, I'm not going to keep you guys forever. This traffic is crazy, but parents, if you are listening in, be kind to yourself, do the best that you can, and just know everything is going to be all right. You have people who are out here to support you. If ever you have a question, you're struggling, I am always here. You can always message me. I am not perfect, but dang it, we'll figure it out, Kids, sometimes your parents need that break. So don't always bust their chops. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be clean voiced here, but you know, cut them some slack. If you see, you know, they're really stressed, and sometimes wash those dishes for mom and dad. You know, it's all right, you know. So I love you so much, guys, and I'm going to go ahead and get off of here, focus on these non-driving people here, you know. But I love you guys so much. Stay tuned every Sunday for another self-care tip Sunday. Wishing you guys nothing but the best. I love you guys, and until next time, I will catch you later. Peace.